All right, first I want to apologize for the quality of this video. I'm really not set up to do these videos at home quite yet, but I will be out for a while. So I'm gonna do my best. Here is the first step, what you're gonna be learning today about the distance formula. And so say you had 2 points, 210 and 81. And I wanted to find the distance between them, the straight line distance. So here's what you're going to do, is we are going to make a right triangle out of this, okay? And so we know that our y value here is 1. So we have to figure out what the coordinate of this, the right angle is. So our y value is 1 and our x value is 2. Okay, so in our last lesson, we learned how to calculate the distance on either a horizontal or a vertical line. And that is if we take the difference of those 2 points and take the absolute value of it. So the difference of 2 and 8, we can do 8 minus 2 with the absolute value, which is the absolute value of 6. So this distance is 6. We can do the same thing for this. Excuse me. So we know that this is at point 10 and this is at point 1. So our distance is 10 minus 1, which is the absolute value of 9, which is 9. Okay, so now we have one length of 6, one length of 9. We say a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now we can start putting this in. 6 squared plus 9 squared equals c squared. We get 36 plus 81 equals c squared. We can start adding this together. We get 117 equals c squared. And if we take the square root of all of that, c equals, and you can plug that into your calculator, and that is a decimal somewhere between 10 and 11. And that is the length of this. So now you're probably asking, well, what happens if we have negative numbers? I know how much you love negative numbers. So here I have the point -3, 5, and 2, -1. As you see, I purposely did this on a whiteboard without grid lines because yes, I know that you could count the squares and easily get the answer, but I'm kind of forcing us to do this the right way. So I'm going to connect that line between -3, 5 and 2, -1. Then I'm going to drop a vertical line and a horizontal line to form that right angle, and I need to find out this point. Okay, so here I know that my y value is at -1 and my x value is at -3. Okay, so now I'm going to calculate this distance. So therefore, I'm going to take the absolute value of the difference of -3 minus 2, -3 minus 2. So that's the absolute value of -5, which is 5. Now I'm going to find the length of this vertical line. And I know I'm going from 5 to -1. So I am going to take the absolute value of 5 minus a -1. And we all know that that's the same as 5 plus 1. So that's 6, absolute value of 6, which is 6. So now I can use my Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Put in my 2 legs, 5 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. 25 plus 36 equals c squared. When I do the adding, I get 61 equals c squared. And when I take the square root, c equals something in between 7 and 8. Sorry, you can't see that right there. Whoops, there you go. All right, so I apologize for the quality of this video. Do your best, do the practice on IXL, and then do the check.